Mamabird Interviews describes itself as a slingshot. It's a startup that helps people record their own stories. It also aims to economically empower the interviewers, who so far are all women of color.
In one of my favorite musicals, Hamilton, Eliza sings, "Who will tell my story?" No one can tell your story better than yourself. With Mamabird Media, you can tell your story and have it for your family to share for generations.
And my mum got really the first one in the town, and she'd take us all to school on her Vespa. So there would be my mother, and then my sister and me in the back, and then my brother standing in the front, little platform, and we even had a little dog. We had a dachshund there as well. I don't know how she did it, but she took us to school that way.
How does that make you feel hearing that, Chris?
I feel great about it. And my mom loved her.
Yeah.
So that was it.
And I loved her.
So Ariana, one of the founders of Mamabird, she got in touch with me and asked me what it was about my family history that I would want to talk about and have preserved. I told her that I wanted to talk to my Uncle Todd, who spent the last several years doing research on our family's ancestral roots.
Absolutely, and I think that's really interesting, and maybe you can talk about how you feel like grandparents can be such a big part of shaping who we are and why, and how like you feel like they shaped who you are today. Do you think you can talk to me a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I go everywhere with my grandma, and there was times I'd have to kind of translate for her. She could understand English, but I think she felt a little uncomfortable speaking it. And back then, 30, 40 years ago, Colorado, we weren't treated all that, it wasn't looked upon favorably if you spoke Spanish.
And Peyton, what was your own reaction to listening to your Uncle Todd's interview?
It was incredible. Ariana did such a great job getting him to really unpack stories that I've not heard a lot about in my childhood. It was so effective that when my mom heard it, she immediately wanted to do one herself.
She got her master's degree, which made me very proud.
What traditions would you like to pass on to your daughters?
When I was growing up, my dad would tell me, if you want to do something in this life, do it very well or you don't do it at all.
I thought that was pretty cool that they weren't scared to come and correct mama. So I think that's a good thing.
Thank you for sharing and being open to share, not just with your grandchildren and your children and future generations, but also with me. I'm very appreciative. Okay.
Tonight we meet an immigrant who came to Colorado, the Montbello neighborhood of Denver specifically, came from Somalia 12 years ago. This year, she is a valedictorian.
When I graduated, I had a 4.3 GPA. I have all A's on my transcript except for freshman year. I got a B+ on my biology class second semester.
Now that I am with Mamabird, I know for a fact that I will be going to impact more lives than I have ever imagined, and that's really important to me. Also, I can't wait to be a part of the ongoing growth of Mamabird and Mamabird Interviews and all of the extensions of that. So I'm excited. At Mamabird, I think it's the start of my career and helping others, but it's also the start of women empowerment in communities such as Montbello.
My name is Ariana Proctor. I currently attend CU Boulder, where I am double majoring in journalism and media production with a minor in leadership studies.
I am a proud Indigenous woman. I am a mother and a wife.
I am very proud of how far I have come and what I am achieving. I have grown to love the melanated skin that I exist in.
My dad, he passed away when I was, how old was I? I think 16. And I look back now and I think about what I would do to have a recorded interview of him.
The world has always wanted me to believe that I should not be proud of who I am, and I internalize that. After knowing what it's like to lose everything, I have learned to cherish life. I am very frugal. This opportunity could potentially change me and my family's life. Years of trauma that our ancestors endured carried into the struggles that we face today. Making money will allow me to invest in my future and pay back my family for everything they have done to support me.
And it's going to open up doors for me and my peers and probably put me in roles where I can speak for what I think is right. And I can't wait to see where this business takes us and how much other young people it benefits.